I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I get asked from time to time about the different types of cells, prison cells. And I want this to be a message to young people who go into prison, what you have to put up with in the cell. My favorite cell is a single man, but we was never able to get those unless you did something seriously bad and went to single man cells in the hole. They had 2 holes, most modern prisons in Missouri, that have, one has single man, and there's only a few of them, and then the regular hole. But anyway, I want to tell this story, and there's all kinds of things that happen, you know, but I'm just going to tell this 1 or 2 here. This guy, young guy, just got to prison, moved in with this guy, and I guess this guy was pressing him or something. His cellie was, you know, giving him a hard time and everything. This guy had done this before. This, I don't know what you'd call him, guy pressing the young guy. I don't think he was Bubba, you know, he might have been, but I don't think he was. But he had been known to do this, young guys coming in, you know, and he even said a few times, you know, white people coming into prison these days are soft. There's a lot of truth to that. You know, it wasn't like when I first came down, you know, it seemed like the more time I done, younger people coming in, especially those not from the city, more of the suburban areas, there was more of those coming in, type of people coming in. So he was kind of right on that, and it didn't apply to all of them, it was just some of them, you know. But this young guy, I guess, figured he had to do something, and went and cooked him some water, a couple hot water, you know, for coffee, and threw it on his cellie and then attacked him. And he goes to the hole. The other guy goes to medical. Here's the thing about that. Even though you could say the young guy was defending himself, you know, he had enough of the abuse or whatever, being pressed or whatever, and decided to do something about it, it doesn't matter in prison. You go to the hole. If you get in a fight, somebody starts to fight with you, it doesn't matter if you don't do anything, you're going to the hole. Unless, the only exception may be is if there was a CO there and he saw it, you know, he saw that you wasn't, then you may go to the hole for a little bit, an hour or 2, and then they'll let you out. But all kinds of things happen in these cells, bad things, you know. Your cellie could wake up in a bad mood. You could be doing something that annoys him. You're in a closed area, you know. You got to move past one another. If both of you have, the more stuff you guys have, the harder it is. If both of you have TVs, now especially back in the day when they had those big square TVs, took up the whole desk, and you got to follow the rules too of the prison cell too. You know, you both got to take and give. You got to respect his stuff, he's got to respect yours, but there's certain things that's just common. Don't be letting gas or using the bathroom while he's eating. You know, he ain't gonna do it while you're eating. He shouldn't. There's just things in the cell, and if you're not following those little rules, unwritten rules, then it's gonna be a bad day for you. Don't be walking by cells and looking in, you know, knock first. I was always, like if my cellie went to the hole, sometimes it'd be just a couple hours and I'd get a cellie and I'm thinking, dang man. But I remember a few times, it was a few days before I got a cellie, and I enjoyed being in that cell by myself. In the hole, if your cellie gets out of the hole, sometimes it might be longer, you know. It all depends, you know, on how fast the hole, what's going on in the yard and how fast the hole fills up, you know. In population, I always enjoyed that few days of whatever it was of having no cellie. It was just, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's like you don't have to worry about him. You can do whatever you want, and you can get naked if you want in there. I'm not saying to do that, but I'm just saying you can if you wanted to. You know, you got all that room now, you know, and then here comes the cellie. And you don't know who you're getting. You don't know who you're getting. I mean, while you're waiting, you don't know who you get. But then when you see him, he may be getting out of the hole, he may be coming in from transfer. Chances are, if he's getting out of the hole, you may know him, but that doesn't mean you know him. You know, and he gets in the cell with you, guys may not click. I had cellies that we filled out move past. We got along great on the yard. I mean, it worked out and everything. And then so hey man, you know, we should be cellies and move in ain't long and we're at each other's throat. It's just, sometimes people, your best friend out in the yard, you may not be compatible as cellies, you know. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a cellie that's going to find something very irritating about you, and you're going to find something irritating about him, you know. You may even have some that don't like you at all. And in that case, you try to put in a move pass, you know, and get moved out. One of you moves out. And usually the person that moves in with you will be the person that moves out. That's how it works. And, you know, like if I was to move in to cell with you and we wasn't getting along, I'd be the one to leave, you know. That's kind of an unwritten thing too, you know. He was there first, you know. But you try to settle it by, you try to be cellies and you try to get along, you know, look past each other's, deal with one another's little things that aggravate you. But sometimes you don't, you know. You can have a cellie just get up and just wrong side of the bed and you're still sleeping, man, and just takes it out on you. Or it could be you doing that. Either way, cells are dangerous, you know, for getting into it with some. There's been people that's been deleted, 2 people fighting in the cell and hit their head against the bunk. There's been, and if you're, a lot of times if you're fighting, they'll get you hemmed up in a corner and it's all bad for you. Or you could get them hemmed up in a corner, you know. Either way, I did not like fighting in cells. I have before, and I've won in cells, and I've lost in cells, and I've lost bad in cells. And then one, it was about even, you know. I think we just beat the hell out of one another. I don't think either one of us won, neither one of us lost, you know, but it was bad, you know. And I guess COs downstairs heard us fighting. They came up there and caught us, you know. We was trying to clean up and everything. And we became friends after that. He wasn't my cellie. It's when they popped the doors for lunch, I went in his cell to beat his ass. Thought it was going to be easy too because he was kind of little. It wasn't easy at all. Guy used my head as a speed bag. You know, and we used to laugh and joke about it later, you know. You young people out there messing up, keep this in mind. When you go to prison, even if you're just in jail, man, this can happen in jails too. You have to deal with, for however long you're there, with a cellie. I know in Missouri, you're going to have a cellie. It's guaranteed. You're going to have to deal with that. You don't know who, when you're first cellie, you don't know who he is, you know. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You want to deal with that? That's not the life you want to live in a little fucking box. And I thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.